Old Fashioned Football on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our free bracket challenge. $2,000 winner take all. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket.
Hey, what's up? This is Sam Acho, and you're listening to Old Fashioned Football.
Old Fashioned Football.
You make this deal right now, you pancake-eating mother.
All right, deal.
Old Fashioned Football.
Welcome to Old Fashioned Football. If you're wondering who you're listening to, this is JMark. You can find me on the X at JMark Football. And before I keep going to talk about, sorry, in the chat, Philly Mike OG, let's talk football. We're going to put the football on pause a little bit. I know it's been a while since we've talked football, but March Madness is happening. We're going to talk a little March Madness. We're going to talk a little whiskey in Waco. But before that, I got to introduce my co-host on the pod End in Life. You can find her on the X at the Mir. Mir, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thought you were just going to skip over me.
I would never skip over you. Just giving a little preview.
No, I was trying hard not to laugh when we came in here because I saw already 5 beers deep in the chat.
That's a good time to switch to whiskey, really. I mean,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk football real quick. I am going to say, I think the Eagles are going to be good again. I'm not buying into this. Well, they lost too many defensive players. I don't agree with that. They're still going to be awesome. Aaron Rodgers still doesn't have a job. Hilarious. And the Bengals are paying basically 3 players the bulk of their salary. So they don't have a lot of room for other people because they decided to shell out for Burrow, Chase, and Higgins.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. It's like, do we even know how to do this? Yeah. It's been,
hopefully
it has been, we're going to be kind of in and out in the coming weeks. But with March Madness, we have to, and we're bringing you, did you even pour the whiskey?
Not yet.
Oh my God. Well, we have a lot of whiskey to talk about too.
We do have a lot of whiskey to talk about from our trip in Waco. We tried a lot of different things, so we're going to kind of recap them all because we, like little whiskey nerds, we took notes as we were trying them in Waco. Text notes. We didn't have the whole pen and paper out. We had our phones out to text some notes. But we do have a lot of football to cover with free agency, some big trades, everything like that. We will be back to cover that, I promise you. But it's March Madness.
It is.
And everybody and their mother, including my mother, are filling a bracket out. Yes. So everybody's filling out a bracket. We thought it'd be fun to kind of go over our brackets. Just kind of.
We're going to go through them, go through them.
Yeah, I think we talk a little bit about them. Just
nobody wants my bracket. I'm just going to throw this out there. Nobody wants my bracket.
Your bracket might be the Cinderella story. You don't know.
It might be I'm going to come right out and say it. I am football.
Yeah.
I am not basketball.
I am
I will play basketball, but I do not watch basketball.
We have had some mean games of horse going on before.
No, I mean real basketball, Justin, not horse.
When's the last time you played real basketball?
It's been a minute, but I like basketball.
I enjoy it too, but I'm saying
we've played basketball. We've played against each other. We've done some one-on-one.
Yeah, I suppose. I beat you all the time. It's okay.
No.
Take it easy on her.
No, we're not doing this.
We're not doing this. But yeah, so we're going to talk March Madness. And like I said, Waco and whiskey, lots of different whiskey. And we're going to review one. I didn't pour it yet. I didn't know if you'd want to drink it throughout. I can pour it.
I thought I was gonna, but I guess my plans have changed.
I can pour it.
We're good.
But Miranda, what are we drinking today?
We are going to be drinking it's a distiller edition whiskey from Balcones because we were in Waco and we went to Balcones, and it is their De Color whiskey. Yeah. It's special.
It is special. It comes in a fancy box, which you can see behind my head right there. You can see my Balcones hat. We had a good time there. So we'll talk about that tour in a little bit here. Before we keep going, I did want to let you know that there's a free contest, but there's also a really easy contest to enter. You can compete against SGPN this March in our $75,000 winner-take-all college basketball survivor contest. March has never been this exciting. Just enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN. Plus, use promo code finals for a $10 bonus credit. That is promo code finals. So your $25 entry will only be $15, and you can win up to $75,000. Unfortunately, you cannot play it in Iowa, but most places you'll be able to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa just kind of sucks when it comes to that stuff. $75,000 to try to beat a guy like Moneyline Mac. I mean, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Moneyline Mac is going to be hard to beat. That guy knows his shit. But despite what all the Providence fan base says about him, fuck you, Providence, is all I got to say there. Used to like Providence until all those people started ripping him. Let's dive right into our March Madness brackets.
Why don't we? Let's change topics here, Justin.
All right, sounds good.
Gotta keep you in check.
Do you want to lead this off? How do you want to do it?
I don't know. You're leading this the March Madness.
Let's go by the divisions. Okay, so you got you're looking like, what's the division? You got me.
I gotcha.
Top, bottom.
So
Here.
Isn't the top one on here the Southern Division? No. No.
I don't remember because they switched it this year.
I don't know.
They switched it this year from last year. I will tell you that. Let's just
ignore me because that's not. Those aren't Southern. Just ignore me. I don't know.
It doesn't. The division doesn't actually correlate with the teams in it. Whoa.
This is mind blowing. I told you nobody wants my brackets.
This is mind blowing. Yeah, the division is about where the game is played.
Okay.
Because they're all played on a neutral court. But yeah, let's just start in this top left here. Name your first 8 teams you have advancing.
My first 8?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to look at this here. I took Auburn, Louisville, USC, San Diego, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Iowa State, New Mexico, and Michigan.
Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
There's more than one Michigan.
Yeah. There's. We're off to a great start, everybody.
We are.
Copy Marina's bracket. As you can tell, she's really been diving into the basketball.
No, I do March Madness for the fun of just like, I love filling out the bracket.
Yeah.
We do like a family. Like, I don't like, again, I am going to be 100% honest. I don't watch basketball. So when I do this, it is just throwing darts at a dartboard and like, yep, that sounds good.
You know what? That wins sometimes.
It does. But we do a little family like competition.
Yeah.
Me and your mom and you and your dad go against each other, and winner gives the other person a bottle of whiskey. It's a great competition.
It is. I mean, winning whiskey is always fun. And gifting whiskey is fun too. So even if you don't win, because we know even if we don't win, or even if they don't win, we're all going to get to taste it. So that's the fun part of that. So I also have Auburn. I have Creighton, even though you decided Creighton was going to lose. How dare you? I got UCSD winning the game too. Texas A&M, North Carolina over Ole Miss, even though everybody said North Carolina should not be in the tournament. But they're in it now.
Fill me in. This is going to be like an educate me episode.
Yeah. There's just a lot of, I mean, you should just go to Moneyline Mac's feed and list everything he has, because his team, West Virginia, did not get in, and it was considered basically a robbery because they played better. They had a different strength of schedule. They beat better teams. But this committee that meets, they said, well, but one of their best players is injured, but that guy's been injured since October. So what's that have to do with not October? I don't remember. He's been injured for many weeks.
Okay.
So what's that have to do with now? Because they've been winning games and they've beat tough opponents. Like Iowa State, which you see is the 3 seed, went 24-9. West Virginia went to Iowa State and beat them at their home court. So that should be graded as a high win. North Carolina just didn't have as impressive of wins. They played an easier schedule, didn't win those games like that on the road against good teams. So there was all sorts of controversy. Now, one of the guys that makes the final decision allegedly was not in the room, but he's a former North Carolina Tar Heel and has a lot of ties to the program. So
Okay.
that's why all the drama started. You would have loved it. You would have loved the drama. Anyways, I got North Carolina winning their first game, Iowa State, Marquette, and Michigan State as well. So then just go over your next 4 there. Of those teams, who do you have advancing?
Auburn,
Mm-hmm.
USC San Diego.
Whew, 12 seed going on.
I know. We're going further than that too.
All right.
Iowa State, Michigan.
All right. So Michigan State.
Michigan State. I should probably put state behind this.
You
Where's
had
the other
Michigan.
Michigan on
You had
here?
Michigan losing to UCSD.
Oh, see?
Um,
Okay, Michigan State. I see. That's why.
Yeah.
I overlooked them.
Yeah.
Meh.
Well, that's okay. Michigan State, Tom Izzo runs a hell of a program there. I am very similar to yours. I have Auburn, Texas A&M, Iowa State, and Michigan State.
Okay.
So we have Iowa State and Michigan State and Auburn the same right now. Correct?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the next 2?
I have USC San Diego upsetting Auburn.
Okay.
And then Michigan State over Iowa State.
You got a lot of belief in UC San Diego. What is that based off of?
Fun.
Fun. Okay. That's fine.
No, that one I did. I read that they were like a sleeper, and I'm
Okay.
just taking the sleeper all the
Taking the
way.
sleeper. That's fine.
Not all the way.
I mean, it would
Taking them
make
to
for
the
a fun
Sweet
tournament.
16.
I love March Madness because of the upsets. I
Is that
mean,
even Sweet 16? No, taking them to the
Elite Eight.
Elite 8.
Yeah. I have Auburn and Iowa State advancing. So,
Mhm.
yeah, your Auburn team getting upset by UCSD. I have them advancing. But no, the upsets are fun, and there's no wrong way. This is the thing. There's no wrong way to fill out a bracket, right? I run a work pool that's just for fun. One person does a coin flip for every game. They flip it, and the team on top is heads. The team on bottom is tails. One person picks based off the mascots. So I write out every mascot when I send them the thing, and they're like, Colorado State Rams. I like that much better than a Memphis Tiger. And so they pick base that. So there's no wrong way to do it. Next one. Right?
So I had Michigan State.
You had
going
Michigan
to the Final
State
Four.
to the Final Four. I have Iowa State. Maybe it's just because we're in Iowa, but I got them going to the Final Four.
That'd be cool.
They're a
That'd be
good
cool to
team this
see.
year. They're a good team this year.
Mhm.
Well, let's go to that bottom quadrant before we move on.
Quadrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the bottom left quadrant, if you will.
I've got Florida,
Mhm.
UConn,
Mhm.
Colorado State.
Another upset. You're
Yeah.
big on those 12-5s.
I'm big on the 12-5s. Grand Canyon, Drake, Texas Tech, Arkansas, and St. John's.
Interesting. You have a 12 seed, a 13 seed, and an 11 seed.
I'm all about the upsets. So
Moving
some
forward.
upsets are happening.
I like it. I've got Florida, UConn, Memphis, Maryland, Drake, Texas Tech, Kansas, and St. John. So really the only upset I have there is Drake. Call me
Mhm.
boring, but that's how I have it. Next 4.
I have UConn, Colorado State, Drake, and St. John's.
All right. I got Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, and St. John. So now we only have one similar.
Yeah.
We keep it similar.
So then I have UConn advancing
Mhm.
to the Elite 8.
Yeah.
And then Drake. So I guess I would take my upsets all the way.
I guess. I got Florida and St.
Uh-huh.
John's.
And then I do have UConn going to that Final Four. That's as far as I take them.
That's as far as you take them. I have St. John's going there. Do I think it'll happen? I'm not sure, but it would be fun. They're a fun team to watch. They played with a lot of heart this year. Again, didn't watch a lot of basketball this year, but I did see a lot of what was going on. So before we keep going, you can bet all of these games. You can follow our brackets, take the money line, parlay them all together because, well, follow Miranda's with all those upsets. Good payout. You can do that over on DraftKings. When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure. Nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early. It's all going to happen. But bet the unexpected every upset every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. While live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays, DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. Is it your first time? Here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. I think I would take all that and put it on the team I have winning. That's what you should do with that. And then don't forget,
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first four watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the Awesome Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. That's today. We hope you're there. And it gets better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still win with the future bet. Rhythm's March Madness stats and success from 2024, with UConn winning, our percentage of winners was 39% higher than ESPN brackets as a whole. Rhythm predicted Duquesne, NC State, and Oakland upsets. 45% of Rhythm brackets had NC State reaching the Sweet 16. A free party plus a chance at a $250 future bet when you sign up with Rhythm. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. All right, we are back. I forgot earlier when I was reading, don't forget to go sign up to the /sports.com/SGPN, splashsports.com/SGPN. That's hard to say for me.
Slash and splash.
Yeah, splashsports.com/SGPN. That's a lot of S's.
And I think you said Esh.
Go ahead, try it.
GPN.
Try it.
What do you want me to say?
The splashsports.com.
Splashsports.com/SGPN.
Oh, see, you can do it.
Yes, I can. Splashsports.com/SGPN.
You said SBGPN.
No, I didn't.
Well.
We're going to play this back later.
Well, there you go. We will play back. Let's start with the top right quadrant with the favorites. The tournament favorite is Duke, if you didn't know.
Overall?
Overall.
Like to win it?
To win it all. They are the favorites.
I did not know this.
Well,
fine. I picked Duke and Baylor, Liberty, Arizona, BYU, Wisconsin, St. Mary's, Alabama, Houston. Oh, wait, nope. Houston is not.
Just wait. This might be the first time I have a double-digit upset that you don't have. I have Duke, Mississippi State, Oregon, Arizona, and then VCU. Instead of BYU. I got 11 seed VCU going, Wisconsin, St. Mary's, and Bama. Who's your next four?
Duke, Arizona, BYU, and Alabama.
Okay, so we're the same on the first two, Duke and Arizona, but then I have VCU advancing over Wisconsin, so an 11 seed getting to the Sweet 16 there, and I have St. Mary's, which
almost did. Then I crossed them out and put Alabama.
Oh. All right.
Because then I didn't know who to pick between BYU and St. Mary's. I was like, no.
Never mind. Bama will beat them all. Who's in your Elite Eight?
Duke and Alabama.
You were like, these two teams, I can't decide who to win, so I'm just going to have one of them losing the earlier round. And then it's easy to decide. I don't think I have to
pick either of these, even though I don't know.
So I have Duke.
Why did you have St. Mary's advancing?
I just think they're a good team. I don't know. It was just a hunch. I mean, there's no real reason behind this. Again, I'm not as diehard as the guys at the College Experience. Go to them for your serious bets.
If you want the serious, we are the fun bets.
Yes, yeah.
For the seriousness for March Madness, please refer to them.
Yes. I have Duke and St. Mary's going into the Elite Eight. And then who do you have winning that?
On my other bracket. Oh my gosh, this is why I quit my other bracket and started over, because I started looking online at some stuff too. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I started second guessing. And then I kind of redid stuff. And then I came back and was like, no, screw it. I'm just going to go with how I normally do it and just go with my gut feeling on names.
Gotcha.
But anyway, I have Duke advancing.
I do as well. So we're the same there. That's the first one we've agreed on. Let's go into that bottom quadrant. Who do you have winning the first rounds?
Houston, Gonzaga, McNeese, High Point, Illinois, Kentucky, UCLA, and Tennessee. Laugh at me all you want.
I love your McNeese High Point matchup that's coming up. I got Houston, Georgia, Clemson, Purdue, Illinois, Kentucky, Utah State, and Tennessee. So we don't have a lot similar there.
No. And then I have Houston advancing over Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
They're done.
Good choice.
High Point. I know, just going with the High Point. And Kentucky and UCLA.
You know why I can't pick High Point?
Why?
I don't know if you remember, but our first handgun was a High Point, and it's the one with the bent firing pin. And I never trusted it, and I would have dreams
So
that people would break in, and I would go to fire, and it wouldn't fire. And it was because it was that stupid piece of shit High Point that had the bent firing pin and didn't fire every time.
Okay.
So that's why
You would have. This is
wouldn't
what
pick
you have dreams about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. From there, I have.
whoa,
you didn't even. Well, this is what you get. You missed your opportunity. Who do you have going?
I got Houston, Clemson, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
All right. I have Houston and UCLA advancing.
Houston and Tennessee. So we both got Houston.
And then I have Houston going to the Final Four.
I do as well.
And I have
Houston as well. Now we're going to flip back to the other side where you have
Michigan State, which I really need to put the state behind it. Since there's 2 Michigans over there that I overlooked one of them. And UConn, obviously.
Okay.
And I have Michigan State advancing.
All right.
To the
Michigan State
semifinals.
to the championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
no, the championship.
the championship. Yes.
Yes. I have Iowa State versus St. John's and Iowa State winning that, going to the championship. On the other side, we have the same matchup, I believe.
Duke and Houston.
Yes, Duke and Houston.
And I have Duke going.
And I have Houston going to the championship
Ooh.
against Iowa State. Who is your national champion?
Duke. I had no idea they were the favorite.
Sure you did.
I just went Duke.
She's been on DraftKings looking it up. She knew. I got Houston winning it all. I think that they're a top 20 defense, a top 20 offense. So I think they have the ability to
time out really quick, because we're doing this competition against your parents.
Yeah, we are not against each other.
No, I know, but have they filled out their brackets?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on the text for one of them, just so you know. Maybe you missed that.
I did,
but
I just got off work.
I know.
Just came from my office. So
they filled theirs out. They'd already sent them. But my dad sent his to the group and said, "Tell Miranda not to look," but he's not against you, so it doesn't really matter.
I guess it doesn't.
But yeah, we'll have to cook up a competition between you and I with it as well. We always do that. It's a lot of fun. That's our March Madness brackets. You got Duke, I got Houston. Place your money line bets.
So
Duke, I believe, is plus 210 last I saw on DraftKings.
I was just gonna ask,
so you're
give us some of the
so you're $10. So let's just say your unit is $10. We don't judge unit sizes here, right? Whether it's 10, 100. I always use 10. It's easy math. So if you pick Duke to win with $10, you get a payout of 31. Houston is plus 650. So if you put your $10 on them, you get 75. Better payout, but greater odds. So that's how the cookie crumbles.
Is that how it crumbles?
Yes. I did see Jay Bilas. If you don't watch ESPN, you might not know him, but if you watch ESPN, famous reporter or whatever, he copied my mother's bracket because he had all number 1 seeds in the Final Four. And because he is a analyst and reporter, he's getting a lot of heat for that, because it's like at that level, you should take some riskier takes. You would think you would give a little bit of a hot take.
What if that? I mean,
it's very possible. It's very possible.
So your mom has all.
She does have
seeds.
all number 1 seeds. I don't know if she realized that or planned that, but
I haven't beat her yet, have I?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
She does freakishly well at these.
So maybe that analyst is correct.
Right. For somebody that doesn't sit around watching a lot of men's college basketball, she always has, I think, the highest score between all 4 of us, doesn't she? Or close anyways. So, and Dad and I, he's beat me once. I think I beat him a couple times. So. We have a good competition going there, but yeah, you need to win some whiskey.
I do. Well, I don't watch basketball, and
I don't think anybody in this tournament really watches basketball. In this tournament, I mean, in between us and my parents in the challenge, I don't think anybody does. Speaking of basketball, there's basketball on Underdog Fantasy. Miranda, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Sorry, we are brought to you by Underdog, and it is time for Underdog Pick'em, and you can play any sport and win up to 1,000 times. So go sign up with promo code OFFSGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That's underdogfantasy.com, promo code OFFSGPN.
We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstake site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Just sign up for Edge Boost and enter our free $2,000 bracket contest at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. We need to get you on that into the bracket challenge. I already filled mine out.
Yes, I need to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie checking in. What's up,
Hello.
ladies? Hey, Jamie, long time. It feels like it's been years. We just gave out our March Madness brackets because 'tis the season. We will be back with more football stuff. But yeah, just to recap, Miranda had Duke winning.
Yeah. Yep.
And I had Houston. So, and good evening, Wesley. How's it going?
Hello.
Let us know, Jamie and Wesley, since you're joining, let us know who your championship pick is in March Madness.
I didn't even know Duke was favored. It's just
She's gonna just keep saying that.
I did. I am gonna say that.
She had an idea. She had to have.
I liked them better than who they were going against, who I had them go against.
Jamie has Auburn as his national champion.
Ooh.
Miranda has them losing to UC San Diego.
Mhm.
I have them losing to Iowa State, and Wesley's got Gonzaga, who I have out in the first round.
I do too.
No, you
I
had them
don't.
winning one.
Second round.
Yeah.
After the first time I put them forward.
I can't think of the guy's name, the Gonzaga player who made them very big years ago.
I had them winning last year in my bracket, and I was so angry. So
I feel like you picked them to win multiple years.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, and it kept biting you in
So
the
I'm like,
ass.
Zaga, I'll advance you once. That's all you're getting out of me.
Yeah. I thought that it had been something that happened multiple times. We're gonna move on to whiskey.
Yes.
Because that's half our show.
Are you gonna at least pour the whiskey while we start talking whiskey?
I can pour the whiskey.
I'm a little disgruntled that you didn't give me whiskey when I sat down.
Well, while we're starting that, we did go to Balcones.
Oh my goodness, did you
to their
wash
distillery.
these? Justin.
Was I supposed to wash them?
I am so OCD. This is gonna cause a problem.
They're fine.
You're just getting them right out of the thing. We've never used them. We've never washed them.
So?
You didn't rinse them?
No, I did not rinse them.
Oh my gosh, I'm using my little thing.
Well,
I can't do it.
She's hilarious.
I can't do it.
We got this nice little travel set from Balcones, which protects the little Glencairns with the Balcones logo on it there.
Yeah, they're really neat. They're
It
very
is cool.
nice. I can't drink out of a dirty glass. I don't know who touched that glass. I don't know who in the distillery
All right,
opened
we'll
the
do the
case
little
and like took the glass out to
In
look
the
at
restaurant,
it.
You mean?
Yeah, at the distillery.
Okay. Yeah.
And there wasn't a restaurant.
Oh yeah, I meant.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, the tasting room.
Sorry, Justin. I know these are clean. I can't do it.
You're hilarious. I should have known that.
About to have a full-on OCD meltdown here.
I've been married to you plenty long that I should have expected that, but you know
Sorry.
me. I don't care about that.
You will
kind of
you'll lick the ground if there's whiskey on it.
stuff. Damn right I will. Jamie's going to change to Duke losing round one real quick. Let's talk a little basketball. Wesley says I don't follow college basketball a lot, so I do brackets for fun. We don't follow it a whole bunch either. You don't follow it at all.
No, what I've been following lately is all NFL related, all
Yeah.
NFL news, all that stuff.
I
didn't even realize I know obviously March Madness happens, but when you just mentioned it this week to me, like something about it, I was like, oh my gosh, when is that? We have to
Yeah.
do brackets.
yeah.
It's happening.
I kind of follow just because I follow the guys at College
Mhm.
Experience, Colby, Moneyline Mac, Noah. I mean, they all do a great job. So I kind of follow because of that. But yeah, we just do bracket for fun as well. We challenge each other with it. We challenge my parents. So, but yeah,
We haven't decided on our bet yet.
I didn't even put this up. My hand is not swollen. Look at these cute little
These are
tasters.
the cutest whiskey glasses in the world. I love them.
Yeah. Wesley follows football and baseball. Who's your baseball team, Wesley? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
And we'll start talking about our tour at
Yeah. So
Balcones.
we were in Waco and we obviously went to Balcones.
When in Waco.
Yes. And we signed up for their tour. It was a great tour. It was very informative. I had fun on the tour. The
Mhm.
tour guide, awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Alexander.
Yes, thank you.
And
You are better with names than I am.
yeah, well, we had Alex Elrod on the show
Mhm.
from Balcones. So when it was Alexander, that just kind of stuck
Yeah.
out to me.
But one thing on their tour, you can't take photos.
No.
After a certain point, like you're outside and then you're gonna go in for the tour, and they're like, you can't take photos beyond this. And they have like their still isn't it like the tallest?
It's the tallest pot still in
And because the building that the distillery is at is like way back when downtown Waco is hit with tornadoes.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about their building
we're
when
gonna
we get to
wait.
Day Calor.
Fine, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Fine.
You're good.
How dare you?
No,
So
I'm
how
just
do you
saying.
want this whiskey segment to go, Justin?
No, I just we'll talk a little bit about the building is all I'm saying. The
But
building
that's part
itself.
of the tour.
It is part of the tour.
You want me to
Um,
talk about the tour? How can I talk about the tour? We were in the building. You can talk about the tour, but you can't talk about the building that the tour was in. Off limits.
No. I'm just saying we'll give you specifics on the dates for that. But
Okay.
yes, it's a very cool old building.
It is. They had to we learned they had to lower the still in from
The ceiling. 'Cause
ceiling.
it's so tall.
but the still it's hollow out this big building and
Mhm.
that's the still. It's
Yeah.
really neat. The pot still.
It is very cool. And their tour is very informative. It was
Mhm.
like an hour long, I believe.
Yeah.
We've been on I guess some tours that go a little quicker.
Mhm.
And I thought this was very informative. A lot
And
of
it was fun.
information.
He was
on their process.
entertaining.
Oh, very entertaining. Their logo. One of the most entertaining things to me is their logo, which if you've watched our show, you can see that was an artist depiction of the
Balcones fault line.
Yeah.
That's what Balcones is. It's a fault line there.
Yeah, and they had a it wasn't a geologist, was it? What
Basically.
they had a
Yeah.
geologist come in and say, well, it's actually
Well, he did the tour and then
Yeah.
he educated them that the fault line of the two tectonic plates coming together wouldn't actually look like that because one would slip under the other.
yeah, it's a sliding fault line
Mhm.
basically. And they said, but we already had the logo and we weren't going to change that. Plus, we don't listen to nerds, as he said. So that made me laugh. Just
Mhm.
real quick to the chat. Wesley is a New York Mets fan and a Bills fan, I believe, if I remember correctly. So that makes sense. Same area there.
Mhm.
I don't want to watch a lot of baseball. Of course, I was big into Chicago teams. So when the Cubs won the World Series for the first time in 100 years, that was awesome. My grandpa was actually a Cardinals fan, which I didn't know that until more recently when I
Mhm.
asked, like, who did he root for? Because he loved baseball. But anyways, back to our tour.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great time. And then after, obviously, on the best distillery tours, you get to sample stuff after.
Yeah. 4 tastes.
Yeah. And
Do you remember what they were?
it was their lineage.
Yeah.
Their bottled and bond rye, which I have a whole thing to say about.
Go for
Balcones
it.
Rye.
Go
Right
for
now?
it. Yeah, go
But
for it.
I'll lose track of where I am at. Hold on.
Okay.
We did, because I don't fully remember.
I do.
It was bottle and bond rye,
Mm-hmm.
their lineage,
Pot still bourbon.
pot still bourbon,
Or no, not their pot still, the baby blue.
baby blue.
Yeah, that was first.
What was the fourth?
The fourth was the single malt.
Single malt.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
their
I.
Texas single malt.
Mhm.
Which, if you haven't seen our episode with Alex, go check it out. But they are Scotch and single malt fans,
Mhm.
and they make everything kind of through that lens.
Yes.
And it leads to a very different whiskey than if you were to go pick up, say, a Kentucky bourbon that
Mhm.
has that same taste that all the Kentucky bourbons kind of have. Their stuff's very different.
I just saw a note you have written down, and we're not saying it.
Oh, yeah.
We're
I'll
not
say
saying
for
it.
you.
We are not saying it. How dare you? You can't repeat my words after I've had whiskey.
You said we're saying that on the pod.
I didn't mean it. I cannot believe you.
Before you go on your rant about Texas Rye,
Yes.
shout out to Cereal. Always fresh, never soggy. Checking in. I haven't seen you for a while, or because we haven't been around for a while, so it's
We
good to see
haven't.
you. Anyways,
So, anyone who has heard us talk about Balcones in the past or ryes in general knows that like my go-to rye is Balcones rye. I love it. There is just something unique about it. It's has like a leathery kind of
very leather,
taste,
smoked
leather. And while that sounds odd, it is so appealing to me, and I never knew that I cared for like that type of that flavor profile in whiskeys or ryes as much as I do until I had that. And I was like, we go to the distillery, and I was heartbroken literally to find out they're not making that anymore now. They do have a bottled and bond rye. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try not to cry. It's not the same. It is not the same. I think that because I like their Balcones rye so much, I couldn't give the bottle and bond rye a fair chance, because this was also after I found out they don't even make the rye anymore. So I'm like comparing it so much to like, I can pick out Balcones Texas rye. I can pick it out among,
it's very unique.
And
their new one I thought was good.
It's not,
but
I
it's
want
not
the
the
rye
same.
though. I want their rye. If anyone from Balcones is listening to me, please. We've been looking, like trying to get any bottles we can find.
Mm-hmm.
We did find 2 here in Iowa, but you just can't find it. There's not a lot of places around here that have Balcones.
Right.
Let alone the rye. I've seen Baby Blue. We've seen Lineage. Lineage seems to be a lot of places that we have
does.
checked. Finding the rye is really hard, and now you're not even making it. So I just want to cry. It's my favorite.
I did. I talked with Alex a little bit about that. We communicated via email, and he said that they changed it to kind of match more of what they were hoping for. And for him, he said that they wanted it to be a little less chocolatey. I actually, if I remember correctly, when we tasted it, I thought I got more chocolate notes than we do the regular one. But I mean, that's just my palate too. I mean,
but anyways. I've been in love with their Texas rye.
Yeah.
I think they make great whiskey. I'm not saying that the bottled and bond wasn't good. It's just I couldn't keep an open mind when I tried it,
because you're too heartbroken already.
I was already grieving over the fact that they don't make my favorite rye. It is my favorite rye whiskey.
Yeah, for sure.
I just have to say that. Like when I want to if I wanted to sip on a rye, I grab that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to grab it less now because
and
it's limited.
He said in his email that you should be able to find it out in the wild for quite a while, but not around here, unfortunately.
No. So I have to go to a different.
I didn't even think about the fact that we probably should have stopped at a liquor store in Texas, and we could have just came back with it.
That would require out of the box thinking, which we didn't do.
Which we did not have after trying these 4 whiskeys, and then we did flights.
Yeah, we did.
We did flights.
So yeah, after the tour, it was a great tour. We went to their tasting room.
Mm-hmm.
And
cocktails.
And we had cocktails, and did we share a flight or did we?
No, we got
our own flights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they have some whiskeys.
Or no, did we share?
I don't even remember. No, we shared. We shared because we wanted to do cocktails too.
Yeah, yeah.
But we did what we're doing now, which we'll come back to, is the De Color.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have one. I don't know if this is just at the distillery. I kind of feel like it is the Mirador.
Yeah, I believe it's
just a distillery. So you'll have to go to Waco and go to Balcones to try this too.
It is worth it. I will say that.
We got kind of like I'm going to kind of just tell everyone kind of what the tasting notes. We wrote them down. Phone notes. We didn't write these down.
Well, we wrote them via text.
But like on the nose, kind of like banana and walnut bread, like a baked bread. I
remember I said I get a lot of bread, and you go banana walnut to be specific.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thank you.
It was really funny. I got a kick out of it. This was our
Justin,
6th
please just don't embarrass me.
This was our 6th whiskey we tasted.
This was
the finish. It was interesting. Was almost a little salty. There was a salty taste to it, which you made a comment about that I won't repeat because you're telling me not to. If you want to repeat it, you can.
We can't. You want to make a short about this and put it out there later? Fine. Right now,
I can't make
just
the
can't
short
do
about it until you say it. So I'm just saying that. But we're not supposed to drink.
No,
this
I
yet.
know. I mean, you want to do your own thing. You want to just.
So that was the Mirador.
It was good. It was
good.
very good.
It was different.
It was. It was between getting a bottle of that or the Decolor because we controlled ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't get both.
No, it was. I mean, these are special whiskeys there, and it was good though. It was good.
By the way, before we talk about the Froke, if you're looking to get some fantasy football info, in about an hour, Kyle Senra and Jamie have their Dynasty podcast at Fantasy Six Pack. Go check that out.
Yes.
Absolutely. Go support them. Go see what they say for, I mean, everything's been shaken up in Dynasty with the free agency, the trades, and then obviously you got the rookie draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the Froke, which it's called FR.OAK.
Yes.
Froke.
French oak.
Yes. Which this was 5 in, I think 5 or 6 or 7. We lost count, but you said it smells Frenchy at first, which was quite funny.
Okay.
But it was like, smells like French oak. And you got that taste of oak. And then there was a small hint of leather. But it was very woody. This was a very woody taste to it. Had
and
some heat
kind
too.
Kind of like I said smells Frenchy, but it had like kind of a malted caramel smell.
Yeah. I feel like after we tasted it and then you smell it again, it gets a little
I
different.
give excellent, honest, true whiskey reviews after I've had some whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was Mirador?
Nothing.
Oh.
We will continue. You want me to say it? I can't say it. I just can't bring myself to say it. It was not bad.
No.
It is not
I'd
bad.
say it, but you said I can't. So I'd say it for you. I
just can't with myself sometimes. Like, who lets me just, we're done.
Yeah. I mean, just think of, I told you that the finish had a little saltiness to it, and
that's
Brandon
going
had
in the wrong direction, but that's fine.
Brandon had some drinks and yeah, just think of that. Then we tried their Texas rum. I know we do whiskey, but we tried their rum because we were very curious. It's aged in
dark
whiskey.
rum.
Yeah. Aged in whiskey barrels. And yeah, talk about that a little bit.
So it had like a slightly rum smell. Like you would think, I could not tell. If you were just trying this, you wouldn't be able to tell if you were tasting whiskey finished in rum casks or rum finished in whiskey.
100%. To me, it resembled more of a whiskey finished in a rum cask because they finish it for a long time in those whiskey barrels. And that's what I loved about it, though, that it tasted
was so
like
good.
whiskey.
So we decided we were getting a bottle of that for the Brass Giraffe.
Yeah.
And we came home with the Decolor.
And the Decolor, yeah. It was, very Texas whiskey flavored with that leather. But it had a little, that sweetness of rum, too, though.
And then, like, it's like if you took, like, on the finish, like a chunk of fresh pineapple, which I don't know how I was getting pineapple out of it.
Just the sweet rum taste,
something,
I guess. Yeah.
Because I know, like, I don't know, rum and pina coladas and a fresh pineapple on top of that.
Yeah.
But I was getting, like, that chunk of fresh pineapple and, like, burnt sugar.
Yeah.
Together. It was interesting. It was very interesting. It was not like any other rum I've tried.
And obviously very good because we had to come home with it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that concluded the whiskeys and spirits that we tried at Balcones. It was a great time.
It was a good time.
If you make your way near or to Waco, you got to stop by because it's a lot of fun. And for an hour-long tour, plus 4 tastes, plus this little whiskey glass,
oh my gosh,
which is awesome.
I didn't even know this little whiskey glass was coming my way. And it was like exciting. I love little glasses.
$20.
20, yeah.
I mean, that's a hell of a deal, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie talking about the saltiness. I'll let you read that one. Then there's another place in Waco
Mhm.
that's well known. If you read like Whiskey Advocate, they're well
Yes.
known for having a lot of whiskey, and that's J.S. Barnett's Whiskey House.
They have a huge whiskey selection.
Yes.
We got a heads up, and I'm not trying to badmouth
and we'll
anybody.
give you a heads up.
And we're going to give everyone else a heads up. Do not go there thinking you're going to get excellent service. I'm not saying their staff is unfriendly. I'm just saying they aren't staffed enough. And we got that heads up before going there because we had some friends who went there, and they said you should go there and try some of the whiskey. Just it was bad service.
It's terrible service.
Terrible service. And I will say it was there's no service really.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times you walk in, if you're supposed to seat yourself,
Mhm.
it says to or something. We walk in, nobody welcomes us, nobody says hello, nobody says sit where you like. And we were like,
we kind of went up to the bar, and people were like, people at the bar didn't even know if you're supposed to sit yourself.
yeah,
If you're not.
bartender never came to ask.
But we ended up, we picked a table, and we were there for a while before somebody came over and helped us. But they basically just had one server and one bartender but our server also was a bartender. It was just a little bit because they served food. It was like they served food. There were a lot of people there to eat, but it was just not good service.
Yeah.
But the whiskey selection was awesome. We asked for the book of whiskey.
Yeah.
We asked for it. And
well, real quick, the damnedest thing is I thought this place might be busy because of, and it
wasn't. Well, there were people there, but it wasn't super busy for expecting.
We made reservations online. And when we walk in, there's nobody to tell.
So you don't need,
there's nothing reserved.
You could have a reservation, but it doesn't matter.
No, because there was no reserved table. Like it was just we walk in and take one.
Yeah. And the whole back wall, like behind the tables, it's all locked, like caged cabinets full of whiskey with people's names on it, which I want to know, like, what is that? What is that?
Just one section is a section with people's names.
The others weren't?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, regardless, it's all whiskey behind, like.
I think I know exactly what that is. I mean, we've all been there. You know, you're at the liquor store and you buy a bottle and then you're driving home and you're like, fuck, my wife's not going to be happy that I bought this. I should not have done that. Wait a minute. J.S. Barnett's will store my whiskey for me and I could just go there to drink it. I'm just going to do that. I mean, that's brilliant.
How does that work though? What, you have to pay to drink your whiskey?
No, they probably just, that's yours. Let me pour it for you or something. I don't know.
How does that work? There was no one to ask. I had questions on the names on the bottle. No, Justin.
Let's talk about some of the whiskeys we tried.
Yeah, let's do. Why don't you start? You start.
All right. Yeah, we tried E.H. Taylor. That was one that I really wanted to try. And it's just one that you hear a lot about, but I've never had the opportunity to try it. So since I could, it smells like bourbon, as you would expect, because it's kind of one of those big name bourbons. It's smooth, but it's not necessarily without character. It had some small back end heat, a lot of oak taste, like caramel, peppery, spicy finish. I mean, you knew you were drinking a bourbon, but it tasted like a good bourbon. It was not bad.
Yeah. Are you done with E.H. Taylor?
I am. Go for it.
I had the opportunity to redeem myself because they had Weller 12 there.
They did.
And I feel like we've talked about this before because I know I will never live it down. On our 10th anniversary, we were in Oregon and at a restaurant on the coast, and they had Weller 12, and we decided we were going to get a pour of it. And this was pre-podcast.
Yeah.
I was just kind of getting into whiskey at the time. And I have you go like up to the bar to get a pour of this. But
Which they didn't even know how much it was. No. I asked him how much it was going to be, and he goes, I don't know. I've never sold a pour of it. Because it's
I think
very
it ended
rare
up being $40 for the pour.
Yeah, it's very rare to find.
And I'm trying to remember. I wanted it cold.
Yeah. So and he's like, "Do you want it on the rocks?" I'm like, "No."
No.
But Miranda's like, "Well, but we want it cold," and so he shook it in a shaker of ice,
and then poured it. I am so sorry.
And I'm like, what?
Which is like, there's not. I'm gonna die. Okay, there's not a wrong way to drink whiskey, but that
is.
was wrong.
Yes. Don't spend $40 for a pour and have it watered down.
So, and at the time, I'm just like, yeah, I need to be cold. I need some water. And it's like, yes, I want to try Weller 12, but I know I ruined it. No, now where we are now, and like how much I like whiskey, enjoy whiskey. I understand how wrong that was.
It was so wrong. So
they had Weller 12 and we got a pour and we did it neat the way I feel it should be drank.
Yeah.
And it was very smooth, but like had character. I felt like it was really sweet, like a creamy caramel. It was like a down the hatch easy drinker. Like, but you want to sip it because it's expensive. It's Weller 12.
Right.
But it was easy to drink.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. It was. Nick Fortune saying new rule for him when he reserves a table at a restaurant. The name is always Abe Foreman, the Sausage King of Chicago. That's interesting. And then before we left, which I was waiting for the guy to come back. And I finally decided I'm just going up to the bar.
going to the bar to get what we needed.
Yeah. And I go up there and she goes, well, this is last call. So do you need anything else? And it's like, what? Shouldn't the waiter be walking around to tell everybody, hey, we're going to do last call. Do you need anything else? Anyways, I did Toki Suntory, which is a Japanese whiskey. I have not had many Japanese whiskeys, so I wanted to try it. This is actually, I believe, Toki Suntory is owned by Jim Beam over in Japan. But anyways, it was very light apricot smell on the nose. It was very smooth and it tasted like baked apricot. It's very different than a bourbon or whatever the Japanese is. It's just a very light, refreshing. I feel like it'd probably be, it was good straight, but it'd be good in like, I'm thinking like a highball, like I'm trying to think what it would be good in. Just, a highball summer drink.
Fizz?
Yeah, something like a fizz or a sour or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I was blanking there for a minute.
You were. I was like, I don't know what you're
just
trying
a highball
to
glass with ice and the whiskey.
We tried another whiskey, not in Waco and not at the whiskey house, but we were in
Fort Worth.
We were in Fort Worth.
We were
in
right
Plano.
outside. We weren't even in Plano.
We were somewhere. We were at Top Golf.
Yeah.
Wherever
I forget
that is.
the name of it.
Okay.
It's a fancy area. But anyways.
So we were at Top Golf with your work people.
Yeah.
Lovely people. And they had Knob Creek 7-year rye there. And we haven't tried that. You've been wanting to try it.
Well, and I will say their whiskey selection at Top Golf, not top notch.
No, and I didn't try it at first with you, but then I tried yours and then I was just drinking that. That was then my just neat.
Their old fashioned sucked.
It wasn't good. It was not good.
No.
Whenever I see a maraschino in my old fashioned, I immediately am like, no.
Yeah, your old fashioned kind of gets that
like reddish
hue.
And I was like, this isn't an old fashioned.
The Colony, that is where it was. The Colony, Texas. Because I thought that was a funny city.
The Colony.
Name. It's called the Colony.
Okay.
That's the city name. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, this is good. It's like a good quality rye bread with like, I don't know, butter and pepper spices with a little hint of brown sugar. It was good. I did not expect to just drink whiskey neat all night, but I did with that.
Yeah.
It was good.
And then afterwards, she even went back to her pickle shot. If you haven't heard about Miranda and her Tennessee hookers.
I did it. And I immediately, oh my gosh, it was awful. It's different because we did those with your coworker 7 years ago. We calculate it was 7 years ago that I did a Tennessee hooker for the first time, which is a shot of Jack Daniels followed by a shot of pickle juice.
Sounds like a drink Jamie would like the name of, Tennessee hooker.
Yes. So a shot of Jack, shot of pickle juice followed immediately after. Back in the day, I didn't drink whiskey, so I needed the pickle juice. I can do my shots of Jack, and the pickle juice, oh my gosh, it was so hard to stomach because I got so sick that night 7 years ago and cried the next day from what those did to me.
This is true. She did. Not
So,
making it up.
It was awful. And anyway, so we did one. I got all your work people to do one.
Yeah.
So it was quite the event. Miranda was doing a Tennessee hooker again for the first time in 7 years after saying I would never again do it.
Yeah. I
But-
did not do it, but
You didn't.
I was also the driver. So I at one point had cut myself off to be responsible. Should we talk about this decalore?
Let's do.
You want me to talk about it and you drink it? Or do you want to Jamie would love a Tennessee hooker. Is she wearing a cowboy hat? The drink was not, but
No.
but it sounds like it would come with a Tennessee hooker. So you want to go over this? Do you want me to go over it?
Yeah, I can do it.
All
So
right, I'll drink it then.
you drink it. I've been drinking it. Well, let's.
Oh, it smells so good.
It does. Oh, it smells very good. So this was released in 2023 and marked the 15th year for Balcones as Texas whiskey makers, as well as the centennial of their fireproof storage building. So this is the part Justin didn't want me to get ahead of, told me I could not talk about the building.
Don't put the cart before the horse.
But we learned in the tour. So now I can talk about the building.
Now you can talk
I can talk about the building that
Yeah.
the tour took place in.
Yes.
Okay. So we learned on the tour that the building was built back in 1923 and is one of the only, I think, 2 buildings to survive the devastating Waco tornado of 1953.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's basically it about it. That's one of the only 2 buildings that survived. There was one other,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I don't remember what it was. So you're gonna ask. I'm not gonna remember.
Okay. I don't know. But anyway, the building, it's a tall building.
Yeah.
It was the last one, and like the still is inside the entire building.
Mhm.
The entire building is the still. You just can't tell from the outside.
And it was like this fireproof building where people stored their valuables way back in the
Yes.
day.
Yeah,
there was a fur vault, which they
Yep.
still have the fur vault
Mhm.
door, which is not a door to the fur vault
It's
anymore.
an office door now.
door, yeah.
I want a vault on my office, for my
Right.
office door. But yeah, so anyway, to honor its longevity, Balcones Distillers visited Spanish sherry bodegas and found a barrel that was like first filled with wine from the same year that the bricks were mortgaged to make the distillery.
Yeah, it's called a puncheon barrel.
A puncheon
which is a
barrel.
British barrel that they make wine and beer in.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so this particular puncheon was used to mature a historic and forgotten sherry, Vino de Color, which hadn't been produced in like basically a century, but was once used as a blending tool to add acidity, tannin, color, and depth to sherry blends.
Mhm.
And so Balcones, they blended 60 to 100-month-old Texas single malt cask whiskey made from 100% Golden Promise barley into the complex puncheon. Puncheon.
Which is, I don't know. That whole thing is fascinating.
it
to me.
is.
The fact that the sherry was made back at the same year the bricks were mortgaged,
Mhm.
you know, and mortared and all that. Like,
Mortared. Yes.
I don't know. Just that, and this is all. We didn't learn this on the tour, which it would have been interesting to learn. This is all on the very fancy box that you get with it, which is behind me.
Mhm.
I pulled it out and all this info about it was on the side of it. And it's just very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. So
We-
I learned all this today.
We really like this one. There's kind of like underlying tastes of, you know, tobacco and leather,
The smell
which is a
just
little
amazing,
like
too.
the Texas rye,
Mhm.
but then it has a little bit of sweeter brown sugar caramelized honey.
See, when
kind
I
of.
smell, I get strong brown sugar.
Mhm,
and it's
very.
so- like,
It's
so
like
good
if you
smelling.
just open a bag of brown sugar and stick your nose in it right away. Like it's like fresh brown sugar.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's almost like warmed up brown sugar because that makes brown sugar more fragrant. But yeah, it's so fresh and it's like
You haven't done much baking.
I throw brown sugar in the microwave all the time just for fun.
What?
No. No, it's really complex to me. Like
Mhm.
every time I taste it, I get a little bit of something different. Alex did say, and we're gonna have to try this. Put a little bit of water, like you get little water droplets. Put just a little
You
bit of
don't
water.
throw it in a shaker and
Do
shake
not
it.
throw it in a shaker and shake it. A little bit of water droplets. He said that kind of can open it up a little
Mhm.
bit more as well. Because I think it is such a complex whiskey that it's hard to get
I
everything
like
from.
it though. It's like it's
so good.
rich.
Yeah.
It's like a rich tasting
Mm-hmm.
whiskey. It's like a sipper. Like
Oh yeah.
you
don't
can't drink
this
this fast because it is like when you get like a really rich dessert and you have just a little bit. It's like that with whiskey.
This would be amazing in a cocktail, but I don't know if I would ever want to mix it. It's so unique and strong.
This is just coming to me. I would do this in an espresso martini.
Yeah, I'm sure that would stand out very well. I can see that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I just love the taste of this. It's very complex. It's on the high end of what we normally review, for sure.
And you can only get it at the distillery, and it is worth it.
But it's worth it. Yeah, 100%.
I had to convince you to open the bottle to try today.
You had to convince me to buy it. I'm a little frugal when it comes to spending money sometimes.
They didn't have my rye, which again, I'm heartbroken about. So I thought I'd be coming home because we can't really get the rye around here. I thought I'd be coming home with a bottle of my rye. So automatically that was one that was out. And
we figured we'd get one of their special bottles, which are a little more spendy than just the normal.
So, but then we decided, well, we're not getting multiple bottles of whiskey today.
Yeah.
So let's get this.
And I don't know if you noticed if you're watching on YouTube, but I also got a hat. And I thought it would be appropriate to wear while we were talking about this. Yeah, Decolor, if you're in Texas and you get a chance. Must be
no.
False.
This is planned.
I'm still healing from selling my kidney to pay for it, but
you like hurt. I kind of feel like you sold your kidney yesterday. Like, so
yeah,
what happened?
Right. Well, I'm not sure. I took the day off to take Dad fishing because he's now retired, still doing a couple things, but pretty much going to be officially retired. So we went fishing, and today, oh my God, I'm sore right here. And I don't know if it was from helping him lug the hot water heater, their old one, out of the basement, or if it was all that casting with fishing or all the catching that he didn't do and I did. But
you caught 3 fish.
4, thank you very much.
I only saw a photo of 3.
Yeah, I didn't send the other one.
If you did photos or it didn't happen.
I took a photo, I think. I just didn't send it. But
you were catching babies.
Yeah, they were pretty small. We did not have much luck, but we had a good time. So and I did try, he has Knob Creek bourbon, 9, I think it's 9 year or 10 year, 9 year, I think. Not as good. The rye is much better than it. I will say that. So anyways, did you have anything else to add to our March Madness brackets, our whiskey in Waco?
I'm just saying your mom is going down. I'm going to get myself a bottle of whiskey this year.
There you go.
I have no idea. I don't have the confidence in me.
The Decolor?
It will not be. I can guarantee you it will not be.
You have to take a special trip to Waco to buy the winnings.
That's not how this works. And we're not giving. If you lose, you're not giving. We
That's
do
fair.
mid.
Yeah, we don't go crazy on it. That's true. Yeah, good luck, everybody. If you're doing a March Madness bracket, make sure you get into SGPN's free sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Make sure you sign up for the splashsports.com/SGPN. That gives you a $10 bonus credit and $10 minus your $25 entry. I don't know how you do math, but for me, that's just $15 for a chance at winning $75,000. That's
what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? We'll be back. We will be back to talk football. I know this wasn't football. Sorry to.
I'm itching. I'm itching to talk it. So.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
There's
sorry
a lot.
to Philly Mike, who was 5 beers deep and ready to talk football as soon as we started. We let you down, but we will be back with football shortly. I promise you that. And yeah, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
This whiskey's good.
My dad would not want Red Stag when he wins. Sorry, I already bought the bottles.
You're already planning on losing?
Right. I already bought the bottles. It's not my fault. No. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube to see when we're going live. And I'm going to finish this declare. Going once, going twice.
Sold.